Good morning. Time for a little bit more work on the XJ. It's another hot one, which kind of sucks for today because I'm going to be doing some grinding and/or metal prep, and then ultimately going to start tacking stuff in. Hopefully, maybe even start laying down some beads. So the heat combined with having to wear long sleeves and protection kind of sucks. But ultimately, I want to get this project moving along because I got to wait for the nut strips to come in from 4-wheel parts, and I might even go as far as to even start pre-drilling some ZJ stuff in the next day or two. When I say the ZJ stuff, I mean the gas tank skid. So we'll see how far we get today. Kind of at the mercy of what the kids want to do, and naps and meal times and all that other good stuff. So these rubber rails actually serve a good purpose. They hold cell phones, beer, and coffee. So keep that in mind. So where I left off yesterday, the driver's side is completely dry fitted and marked up. So now we got to, this looks like it's sitting pretty good. I just want to start tracing out where I need to prep, as well as test this insert, make sure everything lines up where it needs to be. So far this looks good. All the bolts feel like they're pretty well lined up. I know the back end over here needs to get shifted, I believe, that way, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm gonna go ahead, square everything off, and start tracing. Alright, all the prep work is done. Got it down to bare metal in all the right places. So what I'm going to do now is take a little time, tack everything in, make sure everything lines up nice, then burn everything in permanently. Doing little bits at a time. I don't want to overheat the metal. So onward and upward. Alright, so just a kind of quick update. Now, I'm not big on putting my welds on the internet because they're not all that good. Kind of still a novice when it comes to welding. However, a grinder and a flap disc go a long way. So just to kind of give you a quick overview, the driver's side is done. It's all ground down nice and smooth. There are some low areas, but I'm all for making it more functional than pretty. So I'm going to prep that and start rubberized coating or undercoating it so it doesn't rust up. This is where we are now. Alright, I said I'm not a big fan of doing it, but I will give a sneak peek of my bad welds. Yeah, I know, I'm learning. I definitely got better as the project went on. Alright, I'm not big on open box openings, but okay. Not bad. These are actually Crown. I haven't had the greatest luck with Crown products. These seem okay. There's enough bolts here to kind of hold it down, so we'll see what happens. Yeah, not bad, not great either. I honestly think I probably shouldn't have cheaped out, but I think this will do the trick. So at least now I have a bolt pattern, and for drilling the ZJ skid plate, as well as I gotta go get some grade 8 hardware. And I think I'm actually going to be also using these for my bumper. I don't know how I feel about that, but I don't know. Probably gotta clean out the rails a little bit. Never been off-road. Just kidding. There we go. I can't really do a lot of grinding at night because the kids are sleeping. So I gotta wait to do that during the day. However, I'm going to start taking apart the back here. There's some stuff here that just doesn't need to be here, like the seats and my foldable table and stuff like that. I'm gonna empty out the cargo area in the back and start planning how I'm gonna lock the box down. And maybe I'll give you a quick tour of what's in the box. So we'll see what happens. What I'm going to do is draw out the front two cargo tie downs. This one's already gone. And then I'm going to, I believe it's 40 1/4 I need between holes to keep it straight. This one I'm going to have to bring out. I'm going to drill out to keep it flush, keep it flat. But I'm going to bring it out about another, I think, 1/2 inch on each side. I got to double check, but what I'm going to do is basically just run the angle. I'm going to cut it to length, run it from hole to hole, use the factory holes, the front two holes, and then drill new ones, and use backing plates. Alright, just a dry fit. It looks okay. Yeah, good. So I'll be able to lag it in a couple of different spots. I might just go with the front, the sides. That should be okay. I'm actually going to also put back some foam matting to kind of keep this nice and tight and keep it from wood on metal. So it'll be foam, and it'll also suck up some of the space that the carpet created. Because I don't want to get rid of the carpet because that's some of the sound deadening material, but the foam itself will also be some sound deadening material. I actually put the foam in a long time ago because I had real bad road noise and I could hear every little thing. I put the foam in and actually quieted down a lot of the vibration and noise I was getting. So I'm thinking I'm gonna go ahead and tomorrow morning when it's light out, bolt the sucker down, finalize it. I like it. Just to kind of show you what I did. Now these aren't, like I said, they're not bolted down 100%, and I gotta slide them a little bit, and get the right size bolts. Basically, these aluminum brackets won't rust. They'll actually seat nicely, almost right against the subframe here, or the unibody, but they'll up there. Once I get the right size bolts, I'm actually going to go down a size so they don't stick down too much. But yeah, I'll take it. Looks good, and I think it's going to hold, especially if I put 3 decent sized wood screws. 1, 2, and 3. All right, next morning, and we got these bolted in, just not snug down. So what I'm going to do is just measure them out, snug them down, give it just a little bit of clearance, but then I'm going to go back in and wood screw or wood lag them into the box, because my box is made out of wood, and we should be good to go. So I added a little bit more to the side brackets. I put this string right across the back, bolted it in. This thing is now super solid. Now these fell right in that cross member where the strut towers are. So they're protected and out of the way. They're not hitting anything. So we are good. This thing is super solid. I mean, it's not going anywhere. So, time to put it all back together. All right, just to give everybody kind of a preview of what I actually have in this box. I have my toolkit, which has just about everything up to about 16 or 17. I'm sorry, 14 in wrench, and I believe 15 in socket, which covers a lot of the smaller stuff. I also got some odds and ends, just parts that I grabbed when I was in the junkyard. Then underneath that I have this piece of foam to hold everything in place, but got some rubber gloves, some extra sockets, 20, 23, 17, I don't even know what that is, a 21, a breaker bar, lug adapter for my lugs, and a 21 mil on a ratchet, as well as a pry bar, needle nose, some vice grips, flathead screwdriver. I usually have a Phillips head in here somewhere. I just don't know what I did with it. Some Teflon tape and a utility knife. So I'm going to go through a lot of that stuff because I think there's some sizes there I don't really need, but just that's what I've been carrying for the last few years. I put this foam down to hold the tools in place and to kind of quiet it down. And the beauty part is this fits in there nicely. All right. Now this drawer, I got a tire repair kit for punctures. Oops. I got a patch kit for gashes. Extra shackles or U-bolts for the yoke. Another set of wrenches. Wow, okay, good. I might be able to kind of take these out of there just because I have a bunch up to a certain point. I just got to do an inventory of everything. Then some extra hose. You never know when you need some extra hose for vacuum line, things like that. Definitely a lot of pair of gloves. This fell out, but this is a baling wire for hanging an exhaust or whatever. Ratchet strap. All right, extra belt. And as Jeep Mama or Tammy used to say, a magic bag of bolts. That's kind of what I have in here. I got a little bit of fittings, worm hoses, nuts, bolts, lugs, everything. Good. Extra heavy gauge wire, medium gauge wire, chain, some long thin stuff, a ton of zip ties. You always need your D-shackles. Snatch block, never used, which is good. Radiator zip ties, extra U-joint, more gloves, a flashlight, and you can never go into the woods without your tomahawk. More bolts. Oh, that's another. Wow, I really gotta go through this. Where the heck did that come from?